Good morning, what's shaking, what's happening? Welcome back to Tasty Bites Timeless Travels. Today is day 80 of our Holland America cruise around the world, and today is day number 1 of Cape Town, South Africa. Come join us. Now, Cape Town is another working cargo port, so we are looking currently at cargo. However, it is nice in that it has an actual cruise terminal building, which allows us easy access to the city. Now, they're also running a shuttle to the V&A waterfront, which is a 10-minute shuttle or a 10-minute walk, your choice. So we're in an area where there's plenty to do once we leave the port area and go to the right. However, the weather is kind of crappy today, so I don't know what we're going to do. We've been back and forth on Cape Town so many times. Originally, we were just going to do the hop-on, hop-off bus for a couple days because it was really cost-effective, and it's got 3 different routes, but I don't know. We were normally big hop-on, hop-off bus people, but we got it for quite a few cities, and after a while, it gets kind of boring. Then we said, oh, maybe we'll just book a private tour so we can go out to the Cape of Good Hope and to the Penguin Colony. It's not the most cost-effective way to see the area, but it's nice. We would see all of the outside of Cape Town one day. But I don't know. We never settled on it, so I never booked it. There is a really nice aquarium here, but we've been to 2 aquariums already this trip. So I don't know, and like I said, the weather is just, it's not lovely today. It's supposed to be overcast and rainy, and it's also cold. And it's funny because I did some research last night. Cape Town is further south than Sydney, or no, Sydney's further south than Cape Town. However, it is 20 degrees colder here. It is pretty chilly. The high today is only expected to be 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea what that is in Celsius, but yeah, chilly. I have on long sleeves. So the big thing here, we have a lot of friends that are going to hike Table Mountain. We're not hikers. We thought about riding the cable car, but then there's long waits to ride the cable car. So I don't know. We've just been up in the air. This is one of those cities, again, where it is so much to do in so little time. We just can't figure it out. So I think today we decided we're going to wander the waterfront area. There's some grocery stores there, talk to some people tonight and see what they did, and kind of make a better decision for tomorrow. We're here till 8 o'clock tomorrow night, so there's plenty of time. I had thought about booking us to the game reserve, but I figured it was going to be too similar to Animal Kingdom. I don't know. I could be getting flamed for all this. It is what it is when it comes to the safaris and us. However, I did find out from this Australian couple that we've met that it is cheaper if you book through the actual game reserve website itself, including the transportation, and she is not kidding. It's half the price from third party, and third party was already a significant chunk less than going through Holland. And to be honest with you, going through the game reserve is less than what one person would cost going through Holland if you book through them directly. So we may end up doing that because it is so much cheaper. I don't know. We're just in a conundrum, and then the weather's not helping, and it's blue skies there, and it's gray skies there. So, but everything we want to do is that way. So, hopefully, those skies stay blue over there. But let's get this day started. It's also an embarkation-debarkation port, so we have our in-transit cards. They are calling people off the ship. We do eventually have to leave it for the 0 count, plus they're cleaning balconies today, so we're getting off no matter what. So it's like 8:30 now, nothing really open till 9, but breakfast was a ghost town, so I don't know where everybody's at. But people should be returning from their overland safaris starting today. So it'll be great to see some old friends that we made on the ship and hear what their experiences were on the safaris, the overlands. So, all right, now we're really going to get this day started. Let's go. Stop number 1, pharmacy. So we decided just to go ahead and do the Victoria and Albert waterfront today. Because it's walking distance to the ship, and like I said, we could talk to people and figure out what they did today and do it tomorrow. the weather's chilly. Table Mountain is very fogged in, so that's definitely not an option today. So we're gonna see what this place is all about. It's pretty cool, but you have to cross a bridge to get through, and it's a drawbridge. They had to let us elbow through, so we're currently waiting to cross the bridge. I'm sure there's a long way, but it seems like waiting on the bridge might be easier. Let's have some fun. Out in this area is you go to this area right here. You can catch the ferry over to Robbins Island. That's where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 18 of his 27 years. We're not opting for that. We've had enough tenderboat rides during this cruise that a ferry across this very windy day does not sound like a good time to us. But it is available, but plan ahead because it gets very busy. It's a very popular stop. So we have found ourselves at yet another mall, and Africa is really turning into a tour of shopping malls for us, which I'm not necessarily into. Kind of leaning towards the private tour tomorrow because we haven't found the hop on hop off bus stop yet. It's somewhere around here, but I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired of going to the mall, and then Walvis Bay, that's where the shuttle takes us, is to a mall. So, and we didn't plan anything there either. I cannot wait to get to Europe and go back to things that is other than malls. But let's see what this mall has to offer. Now, this mall's huge. I will say that. So, and there's a grocery store in it. So that's fun. Let's keep exploring. Check out this sea lion just playing in the water outside of the room on our balcony. How cute is it? That was so super random just to see that little guy out there. How funny. How cute. And he's by himself. We did see some sea lions when we went to the Victoria and Alfred's waterfront today. So let's talk about the day. It's 2:30. Let's talk about our morning, actually, not the day. The day's not over yet. So we got off the ship around 8:30-ish, I want to say, and walked over to the waterfront area. Now, whenever you go that early in the morning, it does feel kind of deserted because there's not a lot of people there. It's also like a Tuesday here, so keep that in mind. It's a business day where people are at work. It's nice. It's a nice shopping area. That's a beautiful shopping mall. The food hall was closed, which is weird. It's normally open every day at 8 in the morning, and when we went by like at 11:45 hoping to eat lunch there, it was closed. So we ended up eating lunch at that Broncos place that we ate at in Richards Bay. I'll be honest with you, it was way better in Richards Bay. The food was just a lot fresher. The service was a lot better. But it was also the nicest restaurant in that mall, where this mall had much bougier restaurants that we didn't want to eat at. So I'll be honest with you, though. We walked into the mall and we both kind of looked at each other and we said we are so tired of malls. It's all we've done for the past few stops because we're porting where there's not really a whole lot to do. And Cape Town, there's plenty to do. We had thought about maybe going over to the aquarium, but we've been into aquariums. We looked to find the hop-on, hop-off bus. There's a stop somewhere around here. We could not find it anywhere. It's not very well labeled, and they don't have an app. Like, it's not big bus tours. It's city sightseeing, which I've booked them for Athens, but could not find a place for pickup. So we said, all right. And we ended up coming back because we're kind of tired of shopping. It is a beautiful day, though. It's gorgeous. It's everything cleared up. There's no more rain. The fog's lifted. And it's currently still lifting itself from Table Mountain because we can't see it. But and Lion's Head. But it's a beautiful day. The weather's awesome. But we said, we're just really tired of looking at stores, and we walked back to the port. And I had looked at some tours on Vider for like private tours or group tours, things like that. And when we walked back into the terminal building, there is a tourism office, and we went in there, and the guy was like, well, what do you want to see? And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, we just kind of want to see the penguins. We don't really want to go down to the Cape of Good Hope. And he goes, oh, well, then you don't have to, and he got his boss, and he said, can you work out a custom rate for him? And so we started talking about what we wanted to do, and we truly just really wanted to go see the penguins and maybe a vineyard. And she gave me a phenomenal price just to go see those two things tomorrow. She goes, it's 4 hours. You get a driver for 4 hours. If you want a fifth hour to go see the vineyard, add it. And then there's this very windy drive. It's one of the most beautiful drives in the world, Chapman's Peak. And they said they'll take you on this drive. And I said, well, I'm kind of worried about being car sick because I get car sick very easily. And they said, okay, you can either skip it and then you won't need to extend for the winery, or you can attempt it, and if you start feeling sick, just let the driver know, and they'll just pull off, and they'll take you a different route. You don't have to stay on it the entire time. And they emphasized it's a private tour. They'll stop whenever. They'll stop wherever. You just let them know we've hired somebody for 4 hours, possibly 5 or 6. And we said, perfect, because everything I was looking at on Vider was 8 hours. And while, yes, Cairo will be that long because we have to go from Alexandria to Cairo, and that is a 2-hour drive in itself, we're not feeling a very long tour day. And they said by cutting out Cape of Good Hope, and they said if you change your mind and you want to go to Cape of Good Hope tomorrow. And I said, well, what's there? I said, because it looks like it's a sign in a nature reserve. And they said that's pretty much what's there. It's a sign in a nature reserve. If you're not into hiking, you don't necessarily want to go all the way down there. And I said, we're not into hiking, and I don't need to have my picture made with that sign that bad, because that's what was bumping the price up on all the other tours, was that Cape of Good Hope is so far south from where we're at. So, which we passed it like maybe at 11 o'clock last night. Obviously we couldn't see it, but we're okay with no Cape of Good Hope. But so should be a fun day tomorrow. I'm super excited to get out and actually do something other than a shopping mall. It's been a while. And then our next stop is Walvis Bay, which is another shuttle out to a shopping mall, or they bring some kids on board for a charity event. So I don't think we've decided what we're doing there yet. And then we're on to Europe, where we have plans, thank goodness. So we're looking good. But as far as the waterfront shopping area, if you're into shopping, if you're not tired of shopping malls like we've gotten, beautiful area, very safe, lots of stores, and they were mid to high range. Some of them were very, very bougie, but it wasn't as bougie as Mandalay Bay over in Singapore. So nicer than the Florida Mall in Orlando, and even nicer than the Millennium Mall in Orlando. So those are the 2 things I have to compare it to, or 3 things I have to compare it to. But otherwise, we're just gonna chill for this afternoon, and we'll see you at dinner. There's no headline show tonight either, so I don't know what our plans are tonight, but I know we're going to have dinner, so we'll see you there. appetizers have arrived. C went with the golden pineapple. That looks very fresh, very healthy of her. I didn't necessarily go that healthy. I did the cream of asparagus soup, which probably sounds healthier than it really is because of asparagus in the name. But you know me, I do love a good cream soup from Holland. All right, entrees have arrived, and per se, she has half a pig on her plate. That made me chuckle. She got the pork with the huckleberry sauce. It looks really good with some carrots and a baked potato, green beans, and cauliflower. Looking good. I got an order of fries because I can't read the menu correctly on my dish, but fresh fries from the kitchen, which is always fun. But I got the English roast beef, and it came with potatoes. I didn't realize that. It just mentioned cauliflower gratin and the Yorkshire pudding, but it's just regular cauliflower, which I don't eat. I'm not a big cauliflower fan. I do love broccoli, but not cauliflower. But it has horseradish sauce too, or horseradish, so it should be good. All right, after half a pig and half a cow, we've now got dessert. C got the sorbet. We think it's mango. They changed the flavor from last night, but we're going with mango. I got the caramel chocolate cake. And because I'm a silly person and obviously thought I was hungrier than I was, I also got cookies and cream ice cream. I don't know what I was thinking. I am so full and so tired. It's amazing I didn't fall asleep on my roast beef, but hey, maybe the sugar will wake me up. Who knows? And with that, we are going to call it a night. What a fantastic day here in Cape Town to start it off with. The Victoria and Alfred's waterfront was really, really nice to walk around. The mall was ginormous. We kept getting turned around, and we had a great time, and it's super convenient to the ship. They ran a shuttle, but honestly, we just walked. And dinner was great. It was really good. It was just so much food, and we were so tired. And then it's just a movie tonight for the headline show. The casino's also closed because we're in port. So we went to the hydro pool at night. We've never done that before, but we were so tired and so sore. We said, you know what, let's just go ahead and go because we haven't been in like a week. And hit it up at night and see what it's like. And it was lovely. We had it to ourselves. So beautiful night. We've also had a great time watching, I don't know if it's a harbor seal or a sea lion, whatever is in this water that's been playing in it all day. It has been hysterically funny. It was doing twirls and cartwheels and little flippies in the water. It is adorably cute. It's still out there, actually. There's also like a million birds in the water all of a sudden. So I don't know if they're sleeping for the night or if it's just really good fishing at night. But they are all kind of down there. It's kind of weird. But nice time. Got to call it an early night tonight because we are supposed to meet them at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for that tour. Super excited to see the penguins, the drive, winery, and whatever else the day might bring us. Like I said, we've got that private tour operator for 4 hours, and then we have the option to extend if we want. So, should be a great time. Plus, there's a cultural show tomorrow night, so definitely lots to look forward to. So, make sure you hit that notification button, like, subscribe, and all that fun social stuff to keep following us around as we keep making our way around the world on the Holland America 2025 Grand World Voyage. Have a great night. Bye.